as promised, we are with Gugu, Innocentia Magagula Matolweni. You are on Spiritual Connection TV. My sister, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am blessed. Yes, can you greet the viewers for us, please?
Hi viewers, how are you? I hope you're all well. Okay.
Who is Gugu Matolweni Magagula? Magagula Matolweni. Double barrel.
Okay, maybe I should start from where I come from.
Yeah.
I was born in Johannesburg, and then I grew up at Matolweni. It's in the East Rand, east of Johannesburg. And growing up, I grew up with both my mother and my father.
Okay.
They were present, they were married, my late mother. And then I had, she just recently passed away.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I've got two older brothers.
Okay.
Both my brothers, they're quite older than me.
Okay.
The firstborn, he's about 18 years older than me. The secondborn, he's 10 years older than me. I'm the only girl at home.
Wow.
And I'm the last one.
I'm sure they are so protective of you.
You know what?
Yeah.
Growing up, my brothers were very protective. They always used to make sure that there are no boys coming close to me.
You. Yeah.
So they were like my personal bodyguards.
Now you are this young girl that the brothers are too protective of, and you are growing up. What can you tell us about that? Because today I'm looking at you, I see a very well matured woman who's actually married and she's got kids, you know?
You know what, my brothers, I couldn't date with my brothers around. That was one thing.
Okay.
They were always there, like they were like personal bodyguards. They'd watch every move that I would make.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a challenge per se. You know when you're just a kid and you're just being naughty and whatnot.
Yeah.
So they were always protective, but I really enjoyed that protection to a certain extent.
Yeah. Gugu now runs a law firm. And when did you decide, or when did you, did the idea came about to say, now I'm going to start a law firm, or I'm going to be an attorney?
Yo, it's quite a long journey.
Yeah.
You know, should I start from the beginning? It's a long journey.
Yeah.
It took
Cut
years. I think it was in high school. You know,
Okay.
when I was in high school, just completing grade 9, about to do grade 10. Because that's the point where now you need to choose your subject. And there were a lot of career expos at schools. Initially, my parents had suggested to me that I must study medicine. But now, I'm scared of blood.
Basically, I'm sitting with a doctor, you're not with a lawyer.
No. I'm scared of blood, number one.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'm scared of sick people. And I'm petrified of people who are dead. Like, I can't stand a dead person.
Wow.
So I decided that, no, it's not going to work out for me. So then I started looking around and I just fell in love with the legal profession. Because from the outside, when you look at the legal profession, it's glamorous.
Wow.
Looks powerful.
Yeah.
Like there's honor, there's prestige, you know. So I fell in love with the legal profession.
Okay.
And then that's when I decided that no, I'm going to study law. And initially, I did not want to be an attorney.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to be an advocate.
Yo, okay.
Yes, when I started.
So now, what is your rank? Okay, according to the line, I don't know whether we call it a rank or your position. I don't know the terms of the law terms. Okay, how do I call you? According to your profession?
I am
an attorney or an advocate? Or
no, I'm an attorney.
An attorney, okay.
Yes, I'm an attorney.
Okay, all right.
If I can take you through the journey, maybe you'll understand better.
Okay.
Because I finished my matric when I was 17 years old. And then I went to Johannesburg.
Okay.
And I enrolled for an LLB degree.
Okay.
And then I went there when I started my degree. I was 17 years old.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm in Joburg. It's a big city. I'm at UJ. Anyone
Yes.
who's been to UJ knows that
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
known for
Rough
the fact that
seats.
people get down, you know?
Things are happening.
People
down
get
there.
down there.
Yes.
It's freedom galore. I don't have personal bodyguards watching me.
Oh, the brothers are not there.
No, my brothers are not there. I'm making new friends.
They are going
From-
to beat you up when they hear this. Yes. Yes.
Okay, now I'm meeting friends from different walks of life,
Okay,
people
yeah.
from different provinces, you know. It's just freedom galore. You know? I mean,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Christian parents are not there.
Mm.
You know, I'm alone.
Yeah.
And obviously, I did lose my way because
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I started being attracted to the life of
Yeah.
partying
Yeah,
and
yeah,
whatnot.
Yeah, obviously you're still young.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I then studied, and in my third year, remember, whatever you do in life has consequences.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Anything that you plant, it will.
Yes,
Yeah,
it will
you'll sow
manifest.
what-
You
sometime.
reap what you
Yes,
sow.
yeah, yeah.
So now I've been living this life where I've forgotten now all the principles and the values that I was taught,
Okay.
taking into account the fact that my father is a preacher.
Oh,
He's
okay.
also an evangelist.
Wow.
You know, I'm coming from this family that's very spiritual.
Wow.
And they
okay.
practice Christianity.
Wow.
Taking into account the fact that I got baptized when I was 10 years old.
Phew.
Yep.
Phew.
So now I've forgotten all of that. Well, it's at the back of my
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
And it's my third year now.
Okay.
2011, I fall pregnant.
Oh, 2011. On your third year.
In my,
Just about when you are saying you are in the mood now to finish your degree.
yeah.
Yes.
Now, boom, I fall pregnant. How am I going to explain this at home?
Wow.
You know, I came here to get an LLB.
Yes.
Now I'm soon to be a mother.
There's an LLB, there's a substitute of an LLB.
Now I'm
Yes.
getting a pre-LLB with eyes.
Wow. Okay.
So at that point for me, it was a turning point because I got very depressed.
Yeah.
Very, very depressed.
I can
Because
imagine.
this was not the plan.
Yes,
You know, the plan was
yes,
for me
yes.
to now become a lawyer, better my life. And now I'm stuck. I'm soon to be a mother. I've got this love bump.
Wow.
Well, not even a love bump because I'm not married.
Yo.
So for me, I became very, very, very depressed. You know, if I may say, I hit rock bottom at that point.
So now tell me, now are you going back to school or what happens now?
You know, during the pregnancy, that's when I now find myself, you know, to say, I've taken time off, you know, partying, whatnot. I'm refinding myself. Now I'm going back to the principles that we're taught. Because I'm saying, man.
Are the parents taking you back to school, or maybe perhaps they are saying, no, when you are disobedient, you are not going back to school? What happens in that process? Yes.
No, I decide that I want to continue studying.
Okay.
You know, I don't drop out.
Yeah.
I don't take a gap here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to all my lectures.
Continue
With this pregnancy,
Yes,
you know, I don't care what people say.
Yes.
I'm here to get my degree. If they give me funny looks, so be it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. A positive spirit.
Yeah, so I just told myself that, you know what, I'm going to continue. I'm not going to drop out. And I continued studying. And, you know, funny enough, when I was pregnant now, because growing up academically, I had always been an achiever.
Okay.
So during the years when I was losing my weight, you know, I felt like I was not performing to my optimum level.
Okay.
But during the pregnancy now, I start picking up. Now I'm getting the A's, the distinctions, you know.
Yes.
Academically, I'm thriving now.
Yes.
You know. So I went back to school, did not drop out. I
Yes,
continued
yes,
with the LLB
yes.
degree. I had the baby, of course, and I finished my LLB degree.
Wow.
Eventually.
Wow.
I did.
After graduation, what happened?
Okay, after I graduated, now I need to start working.
Okay.
Remember, I wanted to be an advocate.
Okay.
Now the difference is here. if you want to be an advocate, you do what we call 1 year pupillage. It's basically 1 year practical training. But you don't get paid.
Wow.
And if you want to be an attorney, you do 2 years articles. And you get paid. So remember now, I have a child. I'm a mother. So I decided that there is no ways that I'm going to do 1 year pupillage and not get paid for a whole year.
And how are you going to support your child?
That was the biggest concern. So I decided that, okay, no, let me rather do articles and become an attorney. Then later on, I will then venture into being an advocate. So I started looking for work. I looked for work for about 3 months.
Wow.
I could not find work, you know, and I got very discouraged. You know, I've graduated with an honorary degree.
What was happening in your mind when you were searching for work and you were not finding any? What was happening? How did you take that?
You know,
the fact that there's a child that needs to be supported, including yourself.
Yeah, I started just feeling like maybe, you know, this wasn't worth it, you know, I'm just going to become like all those people who go to university and they can't find work.
You were discouraged.
I was very discouraged.
Wow,
And the person who actually uplifted my spirit was my father. He said to me, you know what, Googs, faith works when you don't see your way. You know, when it's dark and there's no light at the end of the tunnel. That's when faith works. Because if we could always see our way, there would be no need for faith. So you need to keep the faith. You know, so I thought about that and it pondered in my mind and I said, okay, it makes sense. Let me just keep the faith. Let me keep praying. You know, and I think maybe about a few days after that, then I saw a job post on the internet and they're saying Afrikaans speaking candidate attorney.
Do you speak Afrikaans?
I can't speak Afrikaans. I cannot speak Afrikaans to save my life. I did Afrikaans in high school, got good marks, but I can't speak the language. So what I did, I said, I'm applying anyway. I'm going to apply for this job anyways. So I applied for the job. I remember very well, the following morning, they called me.
How?
To say, okay.
You did it over internet?
Yes. I sent my CV via an email. And then they called me like the following day.
Wow, that was quick.
It was. So they scheduled an interview. I went for the interview. And after the interview, I was driving back home. And before I could even get home, within like 45 minutes, they called me again to say, hey, you got the job.
Wow.
And for me, that was the breakthrough, the entry point or entry level into the legal profession.
Okay, hold on. What did you do? Did you pray about this job? What exactly happened there before you could send the CV, email the CV to them? What exactly did you do?
Yes, I prayed, I fasted, you know. Even when I went to the interview, I was on my fasting, you know. I prayed, and I remember when I applied for that job, it was even on a Sunday. I was coming from church, you know, and yeah, I guess God made a way there.
Wow, that's where we say faith can move mountains. If you've got faith as little as mustard seed, you can move mountains. She did it. Let's hear this now. Now it's after you have found a job. Now you're working for a company that says it needs an African-speaking attorney and you don't speak Afrikaans. What happens there?
You know, when I got to the interview, they did ask me. It was the board of directors and their partners. And I was honest with them to say, I can't speak Afrikaans, but I'm a fast learner. I can think on my feet. I just told myself.
Jesus championed them.
I guess there was divine intervention because it's an Afrikaans-speaking firm. It was predominantly white. There were about 2 black people at that law firm.
And now, when did it start to say now you don't want to work for anyone else, you want to start your own establishment now?
Okay, I completed my articles.
Okay.
And actually before I completed my articles, about 6 months before then, I then started thinking as to what I'm going to do next, you know. And again, now I'm driving with my father.
Yes.
And we're driving past this law firm. It's owned by a female attorney.
Yes.
And I say to my father, you know what, Dad, this law firm is actually owned by a lady. She's
Wow.
female.
Wow.
And she's running this nice practice.
Wow.
Then my dad said to me, but why don't you open your own firm?
How?
And I was like, actually, why not open my own law firm?
Wow.
You know? And after a few months, I did not open my law firm immediately. What happened, actually at Schumann,
Yes.
one thing that I picked up, remember, I wanted to be an advocate.
Yes.
One thing that I picked up when I was working at that law firm
Yes.
was the fact that brief advocates,
Okay.
they
Yes.
like the cherry
Okay.
on top of the cherry on top of the cream.
Wow.
You
Okay.
know? So I thought to myself, no, actually, I did not understand that these are the ones who actually make the most money.
Is it? Wow. Wow. Now you're driving with your father. You're seeing this law firm that has been owned by a female person, and your father is encouraging you to start your own. How did it go about?
I thought about that and I pondered, and looking at the firm that I was at, it was also a firm that had been established by a female,
Okay.
you know, back in 1945. So it was quite a well-established law firm.
Sure.
And I said to myself, no, but this is doable. I can do this, you know.
Wow.
They're giving me a lot of work where I am. They're trusting me with files, you know. I've gotten really good at this. So now I'm towards the end of 2-year completion of my article.
Okay.
So I said, okay, let me just plan and see what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Then, before I leave the firm, there's a lady who owns her own law firm in Kempton Park.
Okay.
She then approaches me, she saw me in court, and she says to me, you know what, I like you, I like your litigation style. I've got a law firm, and I'm looking for someone to run my civil and commercial litigation department.
Okay.
And I think you are the right person for the job.
Okay.
So, because remember now, it's easier for me to now go join her.
Okay.
Instead of opening my firm, I don't have enough capital.
Mm.
So I negotiate with her to say, okay, it's fine, I can do that. But my goal is to go and open my firm.
So in the meantime, what's happening at the courts? You're winning these cases.
Yeah, hey, I'm becoming a popular candidate attorney.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm becoming quite popular, you know.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess it was just victory all the way.
Okay.
So I negotiated with this lady, and she said to me, okay, I'll give you the position of partner.
Okay.
You know, so remember, in the legal profession, in line, when you're climbing the ladder as an attorney, the entry level is candidate attorney.
Okay.
And then the second position after you're admitted, it's professional legal assistant.
Yes.
And then after that, it's associate.
Yes.
After that, it's director.
Okay.
After director, it's partner.
Wow.
So I jumped from candidate attorney
To partner.
to partner.
I'm being schooled here, viewers. Please continue.
So I made that leap, you know.
Okay.
And I worked at that firm for about 6 months in the civil and commercial department.
Okay.
And I was just not happy with few things. And besides, the idea of me opening my law firm was haunting me.
Okay.
You know, it was something that was constantly just behind at the top of my head to say, do this,
You
do
want to
this,
see yourself
do
being a boss
that,
now.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So eventually, just before I was about to launch my own firm,
Okay.
I meet this big client,
Okay.
you know, and I say to him, listen, I'm actually leaving. I don't meet him at the firm. I just meet this big
Somewhere
client
outside.
somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I say to this client, listen, actually I'm in the process of opening my law firm. I'm not going to take any financial instructions from you because I don't have the Fidelity Fund certificate for me to collect fees.
Do that. Yes.
So just wait, I will give you a call. Give me about 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
Following morning, I wake up and I go straight to the Law Society,
Yes.
which is now called the Legal Practice Council.
Wow. Okay.
And I register my firm. I comply with all the requirements.
Okay.
I open a business trust account. I register with FICA. I do everything. And after 2 days, everything is ready.
Is it?
And I call this client to say, hey,
Come
I'm
on board.
officially in business.
Wow.
You know, and the
Okay.
client, the big client came. I was able to open a proper office, furnish the office, and yeah.
Basically, that's where you are right now. Where you have actually established your business. Where did you start? Did you start where we actually visited, or where did you start?
When I started, I was in Germiston.
Okay.
You know, this was 2016, October 2016. So I started in Germiston, and then I felt like I didn't like the building and the environment. It wasn't to my liking. So I left. I went to Rhinefield, which I thought was a more posh area and very clean.
All right.
So I went to Rhinefield, and I got, through God's grace, I got a very nice big office.
Yeah.
But remember, I'm alone.
Yes.
And now I'm working with my brother.
Yes.
You know, he's like my assistant,
Yes.
whatnot.
Yes.
And then later on, my sister-in-law joins us, you know, as like the
right.
receptionist or the secretary or whatnot.
Yeah.
So we work and we start working. But now remember, when there's anything good that's happening,
Yes.
and God has blessed you,
Yes.
the devil will always
All
show
the
up.
time. All the time.
Now I start having serious problems.
Yeah.
You know.
You're facing challenges.
Now I'm facing challenges after challenges after challenges. And my challenges, one would think maybe I don't have clients. No! I've got too many clients.
Yes.
You know, I can't
Plenty of
even do or attend to all their
Yes.
cases.
Yes.
I'm overworked, I'm
What's
overbooked.
the challenge?
Now
Do you
the
mind
challenge,
sharing?
now the challenge is that I'm outsourcing other lawyers
Oh, okay.
to say, hey, listen, I've got too much work. Can you assist me with this?
Come on board.
And then we share fees. Now the people that I'm outsourcing are starting to sabotage me.
Hey.
You know? And it got to a point where I remember one of them even forced, or rather, I can't say forced the client.
Yeah.
One of them influenced a client to go and lay a complaint against me at the Law Society, the Legal Practice Council.
Okay, now you are experiencing this challenge from the colleagues, people that you are trying to give bread to, that they should eat, and they are biting you. And how do you deal with that?
Remember, I'm short-staffed.
Yeah.
I need them,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
for me to reach my target.
Okay.
Because I can't divide myself into half or into two. So luckily, with that complaint that was laid, through God's grace, you know when people formulate traps, but the traps backfire?
Okay.
The Law Society says no. Actually, I wrote a response and I was able to gather evidence, and they dismissed that to say, we don't find you at fault.
So now, where is the lawyer that says, by that time, after the Law Society said, no, we don't find any wrongdoing from your side, the person who laid the complaint, where is the person now? You've chucked them away? What
Now I've decided that, you know what, I can't continue working with them.
Yeah.
You know, they're becoming too dangerous for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Backstabbers.
yeah, I cannot help them anymore.
Wow.
And now I'm outsourcing other people.
Okay.
But I'm also experiencing problems from these people.
Okay.
Because I remember there's one case where I called this attorney to say, come on board.
Okay.
And remember, the legal profession, especially what I do litigation, it's male dominated.
Okay.
There's very few female attorneys who are running their own practice.
Yeah.
So I remember at one stage, this one attorney gets to court and he says, to the presiding officer, I'm just the face, I don't know what's going on in this matter. And clients come back to report to me. Now you can understand that clients are now losing trust in me.
Yeah.
Because I'm overbooked.
Sure. Viewers at home, it seems like it's been a tough journey for her. Starting a business at times, it's not an easy journey. Okay,
so eventually I decided that outsourcing other attorneys is not such a good idea for me. It's not working out. So I decided that, okay, you know what, let me rather brief advocates, you know. And there was this one specific advocate that I decided to say, okay, I'm going to brief this one. And we had our own agreement, and I started briefing this advocate for my matters. As time went on, this advocate stole my files.
It's challenges after challenges now.
Now you can imagine he's stealing my files.
Yeah.
He's calling my clients behind my back to say, no, come to me, leave Magagula. You know, Magagula maybe is overcharging you or whatnot.
I charge you this.
But you know, God is God. He did not even secure one single client.
Wow.
Instead, my clients remained loyal. And they called me and they told me.
Wow.
You know, so God is faithful.
Wow, wow. So now you are running your establishment, and you are now married to Mr. Matolweni. How do you then balance that one? You know?
Oh my word. Okay, yes. Now I'm running my firm, and I meet my husband.
Yes.
You know, and we get married.
Yes.
And now he comes and he also joins us.
Okay.
You know, as a legal consultant.
Yes.
You know, and we're working well together.
Yes.
Everything is fine. At least he understands that I don't have to cook every day because I'm very busy.
Okay.
So he can understand my schedule.
Okay.
So that's something that I consider as a blessing, because he's also very supportive. You know, in terms of everything that we do.
Yeah. As a praying woman and being in this legal law firm, doesn't it maybe perhaps disturbs your beliefs, or maybe takes you off track from being a prayer warrior or a believer?
Not necessarily. You know, I always pray. I always try to apply God's word to every situation that I encounter. I always tell God about all my cases. You know, I understand where you're coming from, because there's this stigma that attorneys are liars. Attorneys can lie. You know, lawyers.
Yes.
So no, I just try to do my work to the best of my ability. I try to be honest. You know,
But it shows, because God is busy enlarging your territories. You have now recently lost your mom. How bad did it hit you?
Sure, that one was tough. That one was really tough. Because my mother was not a sickly person. You know, and she just got sick in a few space of time.
Is it okay?
And she went to hospital, and she didn't get better. We took her back to hospital. And I remember the day before she passed on, we took her back to the hospital, and this is a private hospital. And she's not under any medical aid.
Wow.
You know, we're under level 5 lockdown.
Wow.
You can just imagine. So we go there, it's me, my father, and my 2 siblings. She's booked at the hospital, she's admitted. And as soon as I drive back home, they call me back at the hospital to say to me, please come back to the hospital, we need to see you.
Wow.
I drive back to the hospital. Now they're telling me about more fees. You know, now it's ICU fees. And
now it's double fees now.
Now it's these exorbitant fees.
Wow.
You know? So, okay, through God's grace, I don't know how I managed to do that. Those fees were paid, and then she got admitted. Then I remember when I was driving back, I just said to myself, I need to fast. I need to fast. I need to call everyone to join me in fasting. But then at the back of my mind, I said, no, let me just not bother people. Let me fast again. So I stopped my fasting the following morning. And midday, I receive a phone call, and the doctor says to me, oh, your mother is actually getting better.
Wow.
You know? I'm like, okay, that's nice, that's promising. I don't know what happened. I broke my fasting. After an hour of breaking my fasting, I receive a phone call. They say to me, come back to the hospital. Your mother is deteriorating drastically.
Wow.
Now remember, we're in level 5
Yes.
at that point.
Yes.
And no one is allowed at the hospital.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm concluding that no, they're calling me to come and say my goodbyes.
Yes.
So I call my father, we go, and I'm just grateful we had that last opportunity to say our goodbyes.
Yes, yes.
You know, even though at that point she couldn't respond to us, you know, she was under life support and whatnot. It was the most traumatic thing ever.
Yeah.
But God gave me the bravery and the strength.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did it.
Okay.
I was brave throughout that whole process.
Yes.
And it only hit me after the funeral.
Wow.
You know, and later on the very same day she passed on.
Yeah. How the coping mechanism, somebody out there might be going exactly through what you have went through. The coping mechanism out of these challenges that you enjoyed when you were starting your law firm, and now your mom has passed on, and now you have to cope. Life has to go on. How do you cope? How do you go about it?
It was tough because she was my pillar of strength. She was someone who took care of my kids, you know. I just used to pray. Remember, grieving is different for everyone.
Yes.
At some point, I have to admit, I took about 7 days off.
Yeah.
And I was just crying.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I remember just one day, I was in my bedroom crying myself to sleep. And it's like this voice came to my mind to say, but why do we have such little faith? You know? I mean, for us to make it to heaven, we have to die.
Yeah.
And we have to get to a better place.
Yes.
She's in a better place.
Yeah.
So where's your faith?
Wow.
So at that point, I felt better or comforted, even though you know, I still have my days where maybe I miss her.
Wow. 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 So you're coping very well with her loss and all that.
I think I'm doing fairly well. Even just you know, when you've got responsibility, you've got clients, you've got cases, you can't stay low, down and low for too long. You have to get up at some point. So even just having that responsibility kept me on my feet. I've got employees now, I've got candidates, attorneys, I've got admitted attorneys. So they all depend on me. I just told myself that I have to get up and do what's right.
What can you say to the viewers at home about your journey and wrapping up all this in one tick? What can you say to them in terms of encouraging them, your challenges, and all those things that has happened to you?
Always put God first.
Okay.
Always, in everything that you do. Keep God first. Always keep His statutes in mind. They will direct your steps.
Okay.
That's the first one. When you come across a situation, don't tackle it according to your own understanding and your own will.
Okay.
You know, that's the first step. Be genuine, be honest with people, be sincere.
Okay.
You know, don't mislead people or deceive people, especially with clients. Throughout my journey, because we've just touched on a few, not everything. You know, I've also learned that if you're an employer, learn to be firm. Because as a young employer, I've noticed that I've hired people who've came into my firm and they started now bossing everyone else. I've had situations of people that never even used to greet me, asking me for work. I feel sorry for them. I gave them the job, and they just came into my firm to stay warm. So just be authentic and put God first in everything that you do.
This is the Spiritual Connection TV, and we are saying to you, keep logging on. Do not forget to subscribe for the next interviews. It's been lovely to have you. And in conclusion, Mama Martin.
I just want to say to people, keep believing in yourself. Whatever it is that you want to achieve in life, you can achieve it. Only if you work hard towards that. And as I've said, as cliche as it sounds, you know, being Christian is actually not boring. There's lots of blessings, spiritual, financial, whether love life, whatever problems you may be having, God is the solution.
Look, you might be going through something that you don't understand. I usually say that. She has gone through quite a lot, but look at her now. Please, please, please accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior in your life. God is gracious. This is the Spiritual Connection TV. That's where we say Jesus Christ is faithful. Stay blessed. Thank you.